Here at the Brothers Green headquarters, you normally find us in the comforts of our kitchen with all of our special gadgets and our heating sources. But you know what? Sometimes we like to push it. We like to change the scene. Yeah, a little bit of a challenge.
So what we did was we went to a convenience store, which in New York City they're called bodegas. Maybe you have a mini mart or a gas station. We wanted to see how creative we could get only buying what they sold in the convenience stores. I know this sounds absurd, but we wanted to throw a picnic for some friends and take out just like random things and chips.
No grilling here. This is all we had was hot water.
All we had was hot water. So we figured we'd go to the market and then head over to the picnic area and do a little picnicking.
So Nissan Food hit us up and they have the special cup noodles, which is a classic childhood favorite of ours. We went to camp and this was like all we ate.
Literally everything.
Well, my mom would come up on visiting day, which remember this?
Case of cup noodles. You're like excited?
I was the happiest kid in the world, so we are gonna get creative at the convenience store and see what happens.
And what's also great about these is they just changed the recipe up, and I didn't really know what that meant, but I did some looking around and they lowered the sodium and there's no added MSG, which is really cool too. So if you like the taste stayed the same, but some of the other stuff you don't want went down.
We are headed over to the bodega right now. There's about one on every single block in my neighborhood, which is super convenient.
Here's the thing, if you don't have a bodega, it's a convenience store, a gas station, any little spot that has some treats and chips and cookies and different things.
Everything you really need, except like the full-on groceries.
But we want to make it gourmet and show you guys how to get creative. So if you only have a few minutes in your house, you can run over, grab some stuff, and throw a banging picnic.
The issue is we're still working on the creative, but I think we're gonna get super inspired.
No idea
once we're in there and we see everything they have to offer.
Let's go! Food than I think anyone's ever bought at a convenience store before.
As you can see, we got a lot of stuff. We got excited when we went into the bodega, so we are gonna get as creative as possible, start putting some of these combinations together and see what we can do.
Well, we pretty much bought out the whole store.
Yeah, the bodega, I think they're out of inventory now. And the idea is that we've got all these supplies. We're gonna see how creative we can get, see what tastes good, see what tastes bad.
We're creating the ultimate convenience store food, and we'll tell you guys if it's good or not. And you can judge below if you'd rather eat it.
First up on the list, we're calling these the turkey sandwich deli bites.
The dill deli bites, yeah.
And the first thing we did was we made a creamy honey mustard, which is incredible if you've never had it. Start off with a little bit of mustard, add in that sweetness, the honey, and then mix in the mayo. And that combination is just the best spread on a sandwich. You'll see that comes up a few more times in this video. We took a little cracker, we added a little spread of that, went on with the turkey, a little bit of turkey, little bit of cheese. Then we got a little jar of spicy peppers. So we took those out and just popped one on each, and oh, those were incredible.
It's a full bite. So.
Tastes like a tuna with the works. Love it.
Hot. Fish and chips. Now this isn't your normal fish and chips, but it involves fish and some kind of chip. So here's what we do. So I sliced up some apple, then I took some canned tuna, drained off the water in the tuna, added in tuna, a little mayo, some mustard, took the vinegar from the pickling solution for those spicy peppers, get a little spice. Then you add some raisins, mix that around, chopped up those spicy peppers, throw them in, and then just kind of mix that all around, taste it. It's gonna be creamy, you're gonna get lots of different textures going on. Then take salt and vinegar potato chips. So you get the fish and you get the chips. You kind of place them all fancy. And the more fancy you wanna get, the better. You know, your friends are like, what? I was gonna say, what? The loaded fish and chips dip.
And if you were trying to follow this recipe like spot on, don't try to make sense of it. It was madness.
Everything is just a fold and mix, and there's a couple of crashes and some roll-ups and stuff. It's the whole recipe.
Next up, the star of the show, cup noodles, the good stuff right there. And remember, you don't need a microwave. All you need is hot water.
You're not even supposed to microwave.
You'll have perfect cup noodles every time. So all you gotta do, take some hot water. We had it in a canteen here, and we just lift that lid, pour it in the hot water up to that fill line, and just let that sit for three minutes.
When you pull it out, it's all nice and cooked and ready to go.
Perfect.
Sometimes people actually add hot sauce maybe a little lime juice so you can slip that in too.
The hot sauce was a great touch. It just totally adds that dynamic zing to the flavor.
But here's the thing, Nissin cup noodles, they were the original cup noodles, so don't go getting it confused and assuming they're all cup noodles. These guys invented it.
These are the OGs right here. So get it right. We're paying the price.
Cup noodles.
Brings me straight back to the glory days.
We had a little bit more of that deli meat experience stuff. So
we had some roast beef.
Roast beefage. Here's some of the ingredients we're using. Take the roast beef, add a slice of that provolone. You can smither on some honey mustard.
Smither?
Yeah, honey mustard stuff. Smither, smooth, what's the word?
Smear.
Smear on. Then take some apple, and we chopped up some popcorn. It was like a cheesy popcorn. Put that inside. Rolled them up like little sushis and cut them up. And granted, like you could put that on a sandwich, but there's something fun about getting these little like sushi
And
rolls.
granted, that one was a stretch right there, but it turns out it was one of the tastiest.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I'm sure you're looking at this video and you're like, these are just absurd. But it is kind of fun to go to the market and be inspired and see what you can craft up real quickly. Especially when you don't have the time, and then see if your friends like think you spent a lot of work on it.
Yeah.
Ours didn't.
All right, you know what? I'm feeling a little thirsty right now, so we're gonna sling in a little drink. The idea is that if you don't want to just buy the soda, you're not feeling that, you're making your own customized drink. It's almost like a cocktail without the alcohol.
Yeah, hold the cock.
All right, Josh. So first, I crushed up some ice. I actually had a brick of ice. I slammed that down, put some ice into the cups. Then I hit it with a little bit of grapefruit juice, but again, you can use any juice you want. That's the point of this. You're making
orange is
sort of like a healthy soda.
Cranberries, great.
Yeah, we use grapefruit juice. Then we added in a little bit of club soda because you need the carbonation. And I tasted at that point and it was feeling pretty weak. So I remembered we had a little bit of peach action.
I remembered.
You remember?
I'm pretty sure I was like, peach syrup?
Oh yeah, I'll give you that.
Right,
so we poured in a little bit of the peach syrup from the canned peaches, and then we also chopped up the canned peaches just for a little extra.
Fruity fizzer.
You know, when you get a little taste of one of those things.
Like bubble tea.
That was great.
Yeah. All right, so on to dessert. We got a bunch of desserts. So starting off with the ice cream sandwich, all we did was take some of those oatmeal raisin cookies, hit it with some vanilla ice cream that was basically half melted.
Half melted.
Put on the top of the ice cream thing, and then we just tried to sprinkle around some chocolate chips and coconut. Kind of worked.
Disclaimer or note to self next time. Not the easiest when you're outside at a picnic to make ice cream
Yeah,
sandwiches.
I would say better idea is to like mix
that needs to be a controlled environment.
Mix the half melted ice cream like in with the stuff and
Yes.
use the cookies as like a dipper,
Yeah.
or make them before and bring them out.
The cookie dipper would have been the way to go.
But it tasted delicious. That's the key point here.
That's so good though.
So we bought a banana and I sliced it up into pieces, and then I added a little bit of peanut butter that we bought, some chocolate chips, a little bit of those coconut flakes, and then hit it with some honey, and that's just a nice taste. That's, as Derek likes to call it, a Mike dessert.
It's a straight mic. Okay, so now we're doing a little parfait, and this is when things start to sound gourmet and don't actually look any more gourmet. So I took some chocolate milk and I had some Greek yogurt. A little Greek yogurt on the bottom of this cup, pouring a little chocolate milk, so we're doing like a chocolate yogurt
We thought
layer.
that would be fun, is to have a little chocolate layer. It didn't work out
Yeah,
that
debating
well.
if it was fun, but we thought it would be fun. Then next thing I did was I added some bananas, a little coconut, then some of just the plain yogurt. Yeah, we cut up some canned peaches, tossed them in there. Some raisins, a little bit of pecans that I had in like a nut mixture, and just some honey. And that's like a really nice kind of fulfilling, delicious, creamy, sweet thing you want to love.
We had a lot of sweet things left over, and we wanted to make the ultimate dessert to really finish it off, cap off the day. So what we did was we took a little plastic bag, dumped in the chocolate chips, and we did still have some hot water left from the cup noodles. So I took the plastic bag, not knowing if this would work, and just dumped it right into the thermos. Kind of gave that a few shakes and just let that sit, and what do you know, you pull that up and you've got melted chocolate. It was awesome. So this was pretty much a melted candy bar. We took a cup and we poured in that ice cream. It was melted at this point. So we crumbled up some cookies. We took some of those chocolate wafers, crumbled those in, hit it with a little bit of peanuts, added some coconut. Then I went on with a little more ice cream. And then I cut off the tip of that bag and just squeezed on the chocolate.
It's hardened up.
Yeah, hardened up. That was real nice.
And that magic chocolate.
It tasted like a chocolate taco. It was incredible. It was like taco. In a freaking cup. That thing was awesome.
So we invited our friends over. We don't have many friends, unfortunately, but they're good friends, you know. So we invited them over, and
that's all that counts.
Cup Noodles said they actually play nude pong. It's kind of like beer pong, but use these guys so you can save them up. So we usually use ping pong balls. We didn't have any, so we just used like tops of bottle caps and just chucked them in. Oh God. It was fun. You just throw them in and you drink it up. You could probably even put some noodles at the bottom instead.
That would be fun if you did legit noodle pong. If you make the cup, you have to eat the noodles.
Like flavor each one different. You don't know which one. It's like noodle roulette. That would be cool.
That is it.
That is it.
That is it.
I know it was absurd, but we came and we saw and we conquered, sort of.
We want to know what you guys would do if you had maybe the ingredients we were using, or the ingredients in your local convenience stores. How creative would you get? So comment in below with those ideas.
Peace.